Welcome, NBA Top Shot fans. Everything Top Shot with up-to-date news and information. We will be providing knowledge to further your experience at NBA Top Shot Hot Drop. Hosted by the master of many things, Mr. Devin Buter, an NBA podcaster and fan. Please remember to hit that like button and subscribe with the bell. Information in all these podcasts is for collection purposes only. And now here is our host.
Hi, I'm Devin. Welcome to NBA Top Shot Hot Drop episode 28. Thanks for tuning in. Please follow me on Twitter at NBA Top Shot Hot Drop at DJDev420. Also, subscribe to the podcast and the YouTube channel, NBA Top Shot Hot Drop, for all up-to-date information, pack alerts, predictions, player tracking, updates. Thanks for tuning in to episode 28. We have our hot topic for today, which is going to be all about yesterday's news that I predicted on the previous episode. We had our stress test. It was not a legendary drop, but we will talk about the 50,000 pack stress test. Base set series 2, release 25 and 26. Also connected to the pack drop was a market drop, so we'll cover that as well. We've got the market movers, which is going to be really interesting to look at because on this date today, currently we are at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and the market is going down, as we tend to get with any kind of pack news or Top Shot news. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. Also, we've got our hot action for tonight, and there is going to be a good game tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Milwaukee versus Portland, two of the top scorers in the NBA. Argue that those could be two of the potential MVP candidates. I'm bullish on Dame Lillard as the MVP, so we'll talk about that hot action. And then we're going to go into our hashtag NBA Top Shot This, and it is a beautiful play. I'll give you a little teaser. It's Miami Heat from last night. That's all you're getting now. And then at the end of the podcast, what we like to do is always cover any potential pack drops coming up, giveaway announcements. Currently, giveaways are tough right now, and we'll talk about that. Gifting is postponed, it looks like, till April 9th. But also I have a prediction on the legendary pack drop coming up. And we'll talk about a couple people you should follow on Twitter for giveaways as well. Let's get into it. All right, so our first segment of the podcast is going to be talking about yesterday's pack drop, which April Fools, you gotta love it. Top Shot, I knew they were going to do something special. They made that big announcement of, nothing happening in March, but they did say, they also let us know they're not going to tell us when there's these stress tests. You're not getting an email. You have to be following the influencers on Twitter and YouTube and podcasts and also the Discord. So make sure you have the notifications on for me. I did tweet out as soon as it was announced. So NBA Top Shot Hot Drop at DJ Dev 420. Get those notifications on, and I'll let you know as soon as we've got packs going. So, Coach, thanks for joining. I appreciate you being here. RK, what's up? Thanks for being in. I like to get the intro in there on the podcast, but I can talk to you guys now. Thanks for being here. We've got this base set series 2 release. It was release 25 and 26, and it was really cool because it was the first time that Top Shot did 2 back-to-back drops. And I found that to be extremely interesting and also extremely smooth. Personally, for me, it was a really interesting experience because I got in the queue early. As I said, I'm all over the announcements. Oh, awesome, Coach. You got your pack yesterday, too. What number? Coach just said he's learning a lot. He got the stress test pack yesterday. The stress tests are probably one of the hardest ones to get. It's so limited, and normally that's a 25,000 pack drop, and I had 36,000 in line. So I was extremely stoked that they did a back-to-back and didn't maybe do that stress test later in the day and reset the queue. I was a little bit nervous because there was a ton of confusion at the beginning there on what did this mean, these 2 back-to-backs. And I feel like the fluidity of the market being open during the pack drop, we've never seen that. So that was fabulous. And then also just being able to secure a pack for me. I've been on a drought for a bit. I've never gotten a rare or a legendary yet. I know most of you out there are like boohoo, but I've been able to get common packs, and I'm actually a fan of holding these packs and not opening them, because the market is eventually going to have the option where we can list the packs on the market, and we can also auction potentially. So the value of these packs, the big thing you think about here is if your pack is sealed, and even though there was only 100 LaMelo Ball rookies in there, you know, his first assist, first game, the triple badge rookie, your pack potentially holds that. So the value's got to be at least near what the top cards available in those packs are. And if you want to bring it home to something that's already proven, you think about the 86 Fleer cardboard set, right? That you can get with Michael Jordan's rookie, a number of other rookies, Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, it just goes on and on, Dominique Wilkins. And those packs sealed go for an obnoxious price. And so I'm thinking these early sets, even though this is a common, and we're seeing the market kind of move again in a downward flow, directly associated to any kind of news we're getting, it seems that it moved it even along a little bit quicker. And so I'm calling this segment the pack drop was also connected to a market drop. And if you're confident in Top Shot, which I am, again, as a collector first and then an investor, it's something that you want to go ahead and make purchases right now. And one of the craziest things that I saw yesterday was all that chaos with the Mike Conley announcement, so I'm going to go ahead and get off this page for a sec here. So that was the pack drop yesterday. Hopefully you did well. I'm glad you got one, Coach. We're going to pull up that Mike Conley moment. It was the reward from the All-Star. I'm going to go ahead. I'll screen share while I pull that up. The reward from the All-Star got the first ever player commentary on it, which you can tell he's got. I almost wanted to say, hold on, guys, you got to redo this. You got to get him where is this? So it's dropping, and this is classic market stuff. Look, so the news about this moment hits the market, right? And you've got this little logo down here now with Mike Conley, and he's going to talk during it. So here, let me turn it up. I'll play it for you guys. And this moment was up around 170, 200, 250 when that news was first announced. And the undercutting is really huge right now in Top Shot. So it's very difficult if you're looking to sell any moments. And here's my story on this one. I clicked on this yesterday at about 6 p.m. Pacific, and there was a serial number 133 for 169 bucks. And I didn't have any Dapper credit. I wasn't in the position to grab it. And of course, it was gone pretty quick after that. But a serial number 133 is actually absolutely insane. And it's this fire sale that goes on.
Congratulations for
Let me turn this down.
my Seeing Stars moment. This moment, originally I was just thinking once I got the ball to shoot it at the top of the key, shoot the three. Once I saw the defender, kind of closing that gap, closing that space, I was trying to think of a way to get down into the paint, get downhill, and the only way I could really get there was to do a spin move and push the ball to my right hand. And once I was able to get around him, obviously the floor was opened up, and it was an easy read between whether throwing a lob to Rudy or finishing myself, whether it's a floater or a mid-range jump shot. So made the right read. I think anybody would be willing to throw it up to a 7-footer and we're done any day of the week. So made my job really easy at that point. What it means to finally make it to an All-Star game after 14 seasons.
So that was just insane when that news dropped. It was like I had to go check it out right away. And like I said, that price was up there and you're getting this insane undercutting. I would not be shocked to see this moment hit $100. And let's go look at the past sales. Let me see what we got here. And there's a 132 for $300. And that's in the undercut market. So again, for you don't understand how insane that drives me that I didn't grab that 133 yesterday. I could have just, and that there's a gameplay for that where if you're grabbing moments, you can just turn around and flip them right away. And that would have been really smart for me to do that. I'm kicking myself in the butt for not grabbing that 133 last night for 169. And again, it may not have gone through. We've all been there where you try to purchase a moment, it's processing, you don't get it. But the flip right there is a big part of what we're looking at. And so let me, just for the podcast listeners, this is the Mike Connolly Seeing Stars Series 2 reward. It's an assist to Rudy Gobert, January 31st, 2021. Mike Connolly can pull out all the stops when he wants to. The Utah Jazz guard gets his man out of position at the perimeter, then spins past him into the paint to throw up a lob for Rudy Gobert against the Denver Nuggets on January 31st, 2021. So keep an eye on that moment. I'm predicting we'll see something even around 99. And again, when I saw that, that was hours after. And that's how this market works. And this undercutting drops everything. So we've got to really be conscious of that as collectors and not panic. And we all saw way back before the huge boom in February that the market was very low then too. So you saw a lot of collectors that were able to purchase and also make some flips and collection decisions there. It's a very smart buy time personally. For me, again, I'm not giving that financial advice, but if you're a collector and there's moments you're trying to get, go get it. Go get it. All right, we're going to keep the podcast moving. Keep an eye on that Mike Connolly. And just final thing on there, I'm telling you, I'm kicking myself, but I got to let it go. There's no value to getting upset about that. And there's going to be mistakes in podcasts. All of us have made them. What you need to do is learn from that, not panic, move on, stay calm, take a break, exercise, go for a walk, put the podcast on and enjoy nature. So we're going to keep it moving here with the second part of the segment. And that is going to be going to evaluate market, where we're going to look at the market movers. And so I will go ahead and get us on there. You're going to, it's not, I don't want to say it's depressing, but it's not the most exciting thing at times to look at the market when we're moving like this. But it's, again, a learning experience. as Coach said there, he's learning. We're going to zoom in and just see this. Right here back on March 7th, we had this really low drop, and you can see we're approaching that quickly, that floor. I personally don't see it going lower than that. We could see even a little bit more of a dip, but there is going to be some nice rebound action there. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting, especially playoffs coming and the new users coming in and getting some people that are actually collecting as opposed to flipping. And there's no advertising. We're still in beta, so this thing is going to be really, really interesting, especially for anybody making purchases right now for some of those tougher moments. We're going to see some interesting movement with that. All right, let's look at the market movers. So we've got count value, count history. We don't have the market movers up at the top here anymore. So let's go to moments. Let's see what they've got going here. I'm going to go ahead and look for the purpose of the podcast here because they changed the website. That's pretty interesting just this morning. But I'm going to type the reward in there, the Mike Connolly. Let's see. The Seeing Stars. So we're searching Mike Connolly here on the Evaluate Market in the moments. And you can scroll down and see all the moments. We're looking for the Seeing Stars assist. So now we're going to get all our movement here. There we go, guys. So unique owners, we've got 6,163. The lowest ask is at 140. And then down here on the chart, I'm gonna make sure the YouTubers can, yeah, good. So you guys can see this chart here. And this is huge, all that. I'm gonna move myself over. Move myself up there, there we go. All right, so you can see all this insane movement. Let me bring it back a little bit so you can see the numbers on the side there. There's a sale yesterday, you know, up at 1,400. That had to be a low, extremely low serial number. But you saw all this movement, big bang dip when it dropped, right when it was announced, then it shot up, then dip, then up, and then boom, back down, not to that super lowest point, but if you can see all of these again, the pink is your super high serial number, 3,000. So for the podcast listeners, we're looking at around $200 when it first came out. And then it dropped low. You saw some around 99, 89, and a scatter of those. And they shot up around 100, 150, 200. And this is by the hour, pretty much. We're seeing from April 2nd, 1st to the 2nd here. And all these pinks are very low serial numbers. The yellow dots are your high serial number, or very low serial numbers, sorry, like starting at 1 through 2 or 3 digits. So your pinks are going to be 3,000 through 6,000 digits. Your yellows are 0 through 699. The blue is 670 through 1,672. And the green is 1,672 through 3,344. And those are all serial numbers. So again, on the podcast especially, I recommend trying to get those lower serial numbers. So you want to be looking at these yellows here. And I have a very strong feeling this yellow really low here. There was the 169. It's got to be right there. That's the one that I saw. The number 133 for 169 is right there. And that just makes me insane. Let's zoom in on it. There it is. There you are. And I should have taken a screenshot of it, but that would be even more painful. So this is a big mover. This has been up and this is down. And this is our market mover today. Again, watch that Mike Connolly Seeing Stars assist. January 31st, 2021. All right. We are going to keep the podcast moving here with our hot action tonight. And I'm really excited for this game tonight. I'm going to pull it up. We've got two powerhouses. You got to look at both these teams getting ready to make a strong push here. in getting ready for the playoffs. And we've got Milwaukee and Portland, and two of the top MVP candidates as well that I'm looking at right there. So we're going to bring up the preview of that and look at what ESPN is kind of predicting for tonight. Let me screen share there for you guys. All right. So we've got Milwaukee favored at 57.4%. And as I was talking about, we've got this stat right here, Lillard at 29, pretty much 30 points per game. And the field goal percentage is almost at 50%. And and the free throw percentage for Lillard is obnoxious, 95%. So we are feeling it. And then we've got Olidipo coming right up there too. He's shooting a 68 from the free throw line, but almost 29 points, 1 point behind Lillard. So this is going to be a big one tonight. And let's look at the quick preview here. Bottom line, a pair of the league's top scorers, Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo, meet when Portland and Milwaukee square off. Lillard is second in the NBA, averaging 29.8 points per game, and Antetokounmpo is fifth, averaging 28.3. So we're going to see an offensive battle, and I think these two guys are really going to pump each other up. The two teams play for the second time this season. The Bucks defeated the Blazers 134 to 106 in their last matchup. Drew Holiday led Milwaukee with 22 points, and Nasir Little paced Portland, scoring with 30 points. And that was probably a huge game for Nasir. I don't remember that. So we got to be looking at McCollum too. He's feeling healthy. And I'm excited for this one. And I think the key to any reference towards Top Shot again would be looking at moments that you may want to get for both of these guys. And I'll show you one of my favorite moments that I don't think is talked about enough. So let me bring up my man Dame Lillard here for you. Get the screen share up. So this is in reference to our hot action tonight, and one of these moments I love, and look at how low this is right now, 6:15 for this Damian Lillard moment, and I'm gonna go ahead and just let you watch it, and then we will talk about the specifics. I'll read it to you. But take a look here. So Lillard's just that insane step back from Damian Lillard. And he went off with less than 20 seconds left to play in the Portland Trail Blazers star guard Damian Lillard. So 20 seconds left in the game. Damian Lillard sinks a clutch step back three-pointer to tie the game against the Golden State Warriors on January 20th, 2020. Lillard was on fire, setting a franchise record with 61 points on a career best 11 threes in the game. So this moment, the details alone are just obnoxious. So we want to be looking at moments like these. Let's check out what serial number that 615 is at. That's a decent serial number again, but actually it's not. This is out of 1500. So you want to be looking. There's a 407 for 650. So that's beautiful. That's a grab right now. This moments up here just yesterday we're going for 650. So that's what I'm trying to show you in these down market times, these lower serial numbers. There's a serial number 951 for 648. You're going to pay $2 more and get a serial. This is an amazing buy. And so if you watch this, probably not going to be there in a couple hours, I would predict. That is an amazing buy. And again, I wish I had the Dapper to go shopping. Look at this one. Serial number 96. So here we go. There's the Flip Daddy. So that's what you could probably do with that one back up there that I was just showing you. So this moment right now, Antlers 2021 bought it at 8:59 p.m. last night, April 1st. And he paid $599 for moment number 96. That is serial number 96. That is insane. And then he flipped it. He flipped it this morning. He probably relisted right away. Flipped it at 5:56 a.m. User J2TOJB7 bought it for a whole nother $164. oh my gosh, 764 that went for. So that's one thing we've talked about. Here's another, yeah, not another flip. Okay, these are low serial numbers, but that was the big one. That was the big one. So we're looking at that, guys. And let me make sure you can see that on the screen here again. I want to zoom in on those details for you. So here's what we're looking at. Antlers 2021, bought it for $5.99, and then literally the next morning sold it right here, serial number 96 for $764. So for $164 profit in under 12 hours, and that goes right into the Dapper credit where you can get a moment or start stacking up for your legendary pack, which we are going to talk about very soon here. So let's keep it moving. That is something we're keeping an eye on from the hot action tonight. So next part of the podcast we're going to look at here is the hashtag NBA Top Shot This. Remember on Twitter, when you see an amazing moment, you can hashtag NBA Top Shot This, and you're going to get you're going to be able to ask, basically have Top Shot highlight that for you. So let me pull that up for you guys right here. And we will get into it. The teaser was, we had the Miami Heat. So I'm wondering if anybody out there can think what that might be. The Miami Heat last night. And this is also including Victor Oladipo, which is really awesome to see. I'm a huge fan of players getting refreshed, right? Getting to a new place and being able to feel, like this chemistry with new players, and it's really makes a difference. So I'm having a hard time pulling up here. There we go, we got it. All right, let me show you. This guy is really fun to follow here. Hold on, sorry guys. So we're gonna mute that for a second and get right into the hashtag NBA Top Shot This. I have it loaded up for you. And remember, follow NBA Top 10 Plays of the Night. This is just NBA. This is the NBA post, but the NBA Top 10 Plays of the Night, they post these all the time. And it's gonna be, one of them's gonna be the hashtag NBA Top Shot This. I don't always agree with their number one, but on this one I do. So that's what we're gonna pull up for you right here. All right, let me pause it. All right, we're gonna bring it up for the YouTube viewers. Get the volume up for you. Thanks for that compliment, Coach. Coach says, I'm brand new to all this. Your work is so helpful. Thank you. I'm really working on getting the channel going strong, and so I appreciate all the support and tuning in. And really, the key for me is this is a passion and love for me, and being able to share basketball with people, it's number one for me, man. So I love it. Thanks for being here. How are people getting the moments to hashtag for NBA Top Shot? The people aren't necessarily getting those moments. What we're doing is trying to ask. It's just paying attention to it. It's a thing that Top Shot actually posts out. So let me see if I can get this screen straight here for you. We're getting this. There we go. There we go. All right, moment number one. Check it out, guys. Here we go. I'm gonna turn it up.
It gets better, order another round. It's about to go down. Them steps in the jam and slams.
Hashtag NBA Top Shot This. That's it. That's what we're looking at right there, guys. The lob to Adebayo from Olidipo. I love it. I love seeing that teamwork and bringing him in with all that awesome energy. It is just fabulous. So what we're going to get into for the final part here is an exciting part of the podcast, and it's going back to Coach, you're going to like this, and this is the giving back to the community and sharing. I really appreciate all the subscribers. Please hit the notification bell, subscribe, comments are huge, and share it. that would be awesome. Please follow me on Twitter, NBA Top Shot Hot Drop at DJDev420. Also, the podcast, NBA Top Shot Hot Drop. So we are going to bring up the final part of the podcast here, which is giveaway updates, any potential pack predictions that we may have coming, and also just updating you on anybody that you should be following on Twitter that does do those things, pack drops, giveaways, things like that. So I'm going to bring up my Twitter page for you here, and we're going to look at a couple of the updates that we've got. So this is something really interesting about a potential. I like that the First Mint, you've got to follow these guys. The First Mint at the First Mint, they're pretty much on the second details. They're saying the legendary drop may be coming up as well, which is something I predicted. I'm predicting April 4th. I'm going April 4th. So where are we today? We're at the 2nd. So April 4th would be a Sunday. And I could see it happening, and I could see it even being more than $9.99. I could see it being over 1,000. Not much more, but we'll see. Maybe 1,200. But I like seeing this couple notes here that they're saying they're going to reward proven collectors. So this isn't going to be for people that are just joining for the drop. And there's also going to be restrictions aimed at limiting extractors, which is, I believe that's in quotes they're referring to potential flipping and so forth. So that's my prediction on the legendary drop. I think you have your Dapper credit ready. We're getting one in early April here. I did make the prediction on the podcast yesterday that we would also be having potentially either the legendary on April Fools or a stress test. Anytime they do a stress test, you realize we are getting ready for a big drop. They want to make sure things are going smoothly, and that was just smooth as butter yesterday. It went off with no hitches. Everyone got in. Even if you didn't get a good serial number, remember those are super rare and limited, and you're not going to get it. It's so random. Just join those queues. Keep being in it. Top Shot is releasing them, and just think of the excitement alone. I know it's disappointing, but just the excitement of being in line, just having a ticket. How much money in Dapper? Coach Beck is asking me how much money in Dapper 230 for legendary. Be more specific on that question, Coach. Legendaries are the top level moments, and they're gonna be even more rare. So that's something that we're gonna be. Legendary packs, you have to make sure you're able to get any pack, right? Packs are huge, but you need to get the legendary pack, and it's going to be hard. There's going to be so few amount of those packs. The number, I should take a look at that. I'll let you guys know on the next one it's been 2 months since we've had a legendary drop. And that one was a disaster. I think 2,000 people that were in the previous pack drop had not gotten a pack, but their queue was somehow cookied in there, and they immediately were able to go in and buy a pack. And it was a glitch that actually occurred for Dapper there and Top Shot, and that's why they do the stress test. How much money do you need in Dapper? So I would have, Dapper is equal to money. You can deposit through your bank account that you've connected there, and what you want to have in there is at least $9.99. That's what the last legendary was. You'll have time. We'll have 8 hours to get it in there, so it's not a panic thing. But if you are looking to move moments, I did say this in yesterday's podcast. Yesterday was a better day to move moments than today. So if you're looking to move moments and not have to deposit your own cash in there, I would be looking to sell some moments. Yes, Coach is asking me, are they more than $230? Yes, it's $999. So it's $1 under 1,000. That was the pack price for a legendary 1 month ago. So what we're looking at for 2 months more now, I'm thinking they might be $1,200 or $1,199, $1,049. I think they're going to add a little something there, and they're definitely, be aware and don't be disappointed that they're trying to start to reward people who are collecting and staying in here and holding numbers. You're welcome, Coach. Coach said $9.99. Yeah, so don't quote me on the like I'm saying. I think it's going to be more. The last one was $9.99. So if you need to move some moments, I would have at least 1,100 in there, 1,200. But remember, the withdrawal process is a little bit longer. So make sure if you're putting that 1,200 in there, you're okay to have it in there for a bit. So let's go ahead and get close to wrapping up this podcast. We've got a couple people that I want you to check about. I do have a giveaway plan, but right now I still have not been able to reward the John Collins to our last winner because gifting is down and they're going to update that on April 9th. So we'll find out more about what's going on with gifting and what their restrictions are or how that's going to work. But you got to trust with Top Shot. They're taking steps to eliminate people manipulating the market and being able to, make some unfair advantages, right? So we got to appreciate that. All right, so this is one that you guys want to be following here, and I'm going to have a giveaway coming up soon. Cheddarbalk at TheMegaWheel. They've got a bunch of giveaways going on, so follow them. Go get in them. They do them pretty much daily. Super busy with that. Huge supporters and givers to this community. So go hit them up and keep your eye out for the giveaway I've got coming with them. And another person I want you guys to check out on Twitter. All right, these guys right here, they do these TNT prop bets, which are really cool. So you're going to go to Prop Hero at prop_hero on Twitter and follow these guys. You'll get notifications through your email as well when you sign up that you are participating, and it's always a half hour before the game starts on TNT. And you can win a pack, which is something we all want here. And so I want to share that with you and increase your chances of getting a pack. Here is a sample question from the game last night. I did not do that well, but it's really cool. It keeps score of it. You're competing with other users. And just in the past month, of course, I've seen a huge increase in people participating on there, but it's still early. So you increase your odds of getting a pack with minimal people even participating in Top Shot at this point gives you a better chance with Prop Hero here. So we're going to get these guys going and potentially something coming up with them in the future as well. I'll keep you notified, but make sure you're following them and keeping an eye on any notifications coming up soon for their prop bet game that they run. Alrighty, that is going to wrap up episode number 28 of NBA Top Shot Hot Drop. I'm your host, Devin Buter. It is Sorry, guys. It is April 2nd, 2021, and we are going to remind you of one thing here. Enjoy it.